How you doing? I'm Michael Bell, the voice of Duke.
Hi, this is Adrienne Palicki, Lady Jaye from G.I. Joe.
Hey there, it's Rachel Nichols, aka Scarlett.
And if you're listening,
And you're listening to
And you are listening to Anything Joe's, a collaborative journey through the world of G.I. Joe with Greg and Jaren.
Yo, Joe!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Anything Joe's, a collaborative journey through the world of G.I. Joe. My name is Greg Engel,
And I'm Jaren Decker.
and we'll be your host today. Today on Anything Joe's, we are back on the Pyramid of Darkness. We are at the halfway point, essentially. Episode 3. If you didn't watch the previous episodes, don't worry. It's Jaren's first watch, and there's a very convenient previously on. We'll get you caught up to speed in no time. It's funny. I just mentioned on the last episode about how I enjoyed rewatching these with you because it forces me to really pay attention and I'm really looking at all the details. I'm normally a big picture guy when I watch this stuff. I'm kind of zoning out. And so I watched this episode after the second episode to kind of get it in my head to prepare for it. And now here we are. It's been maybe 4 weeks tops. I've completely forgotten everything that happens in it. Everything that I was thinking at that time, completely gone. So
Nice.
let's go ahead and zoom in on this bad boy and get started on 3 Cubes to Darkness, Pyramid of Darkness Part 3.
All right.
It is becoming harder and harder for me to think of useful things to say during the opening. I'm beginning to wonder if we should just start skipping the opening. But I don't want to.
We can skip it for the recording, but I want to listen to this thing every time.
Fair enough. There was a time where finding the soundtrack to this show was very, very difficult. Before they released that official record, some people would have to watch all the episodes, take pieces of the music, play them together, and even then you would still have laser fire and stuff like that in the background.
Yeah.
That includes the fact that they share a soundtrack with Transformers. If you watch the old Transformers cartoon, it's the same music basically. And so using those resources also, I think we got a better, rough soundtrack. This is still the soundtracks when you go on YouTube and you're like, you gotta go soundtrack, and it's like a weird mega mix of 27 tracks, and they all have a different picture for each track.
Hey, before we start, can you pause it real quick?
Yeah.
This is the first time we are watching the intro since seeing the Super 7 Cobra mothership is actually going to be a real thing, and they're really going to do it. So are you excited for that?
I am excited for that, but I will say, just like when we talked about it in the news, the scale of it is kind of a bummer. It's, this is the same beef I have with Transformers being completely, it's just not a compatible scale, and they don't make them in the right scale. And, we saw this on the intro where that ship must hold hundreds of people, and the toy they're marking up, even in Super 7 scale, is very small. I like it, and it's never been made before. I think it would probably be a kind of interesting display piece, but it's going to come down to the price point on that because it's not going to have a lot of playability, I don't think. Unless you are pretending like it's a pod that comes off of the original one.
It's just a little baby mothership. It's not the big mama mothership. What do you think the price is going to be? Do you have any guess?
I would say, I don't know, no one Super 7, $250, maybe $300. That's just a ballpark. I'm not saying they overcharge, but they do. It's like a premium company, right? Ultimate figures are $54.99 a piece. It's got to be in line with something like that.
Yeah. There's a reason why I don't have any Ultimates. I think they're beautiful. There's no shot.
Yeah. This Fatal Fluffy's close-up of his eye, he's got a cat eye. I wonder if that means they can see in the dark, or if there was or they were just trying to make him look more like an animal.
Can can't wait until
The
we get
space
that in the
station
classified
Delta
series.
destroys Joe headquarters, but this is only the first step in Cobra's master plan to build a pyramid of darkness beneath which no source of electrical energy will function. Snake Eyes and Shipwreck steal a top-secret laser disc and escape to the slums of Enterprise City. And the Joes launch separate teams to stop Cobra from planting
Why'd they
their
shoot?
core-controlled
They just like blew up
codes.
all that
But
lava
no space are
or whatever. Red. We talked about this last time. And that's obviously not lava. It's some kind of red mud.
G.I. Joe, the pyramid of darkness.
Lady Jaye and Flint are just like really good.
Maintain cover fire. The control cube will soon be locked into position. Then no force on Earth can dislodge it.
They both said it like, I just remembered I can't swim.
Here is a serious standoff.
They had to
Only
listen to what
Test
Destro had to
don't do
say,
what he
and then
wants.
they were like, all right, that's
We
enough.
can't do
This is
Jaren.
slow warming
We
lava.
can't even get to Flint and Lady Jaye. And if that mud doesn't boil them, they'll surely and purely drown.
If
There
that
you go,
mud,
mud.
stop.
He said mud.
If that mud doesn't boil them, it's like they wrote lava, and then they were like, "Hey, man, you can't put them in lava. Have you never seen lava before?" And so they're like, "All right, just change it to mud. You want to tell the coloring, guys? You want to give any scientific example of mud boiling in any?" With any context, can you explain what that would be like? I guess you could write it off as Wild Bill logic, right? He's a country boy, and he speaks with country euphemisms that even I, a very
Yeah.
country boy, don't recognize.
I like that they can see each other in this mud.
Yeah, yeah, no
It's
problem.
Ultra clear mud.
It has like fumes coming up or something. So again, there's
Good to
some
breathe again.
geological work to be
Even
done
if
at
the
this
corners
site.
are a little cramped.
Do you
I don't
think
know,
so? Lady Jaye
think
does it,
it's
pulls a
rather
green
cozy
arrow
for a
and makes,
bubble.
and she has like a spear that makes a bubble around
Where do
them.
we go from here?
It doesn't
Not-
explain
not
how there's
personally,
air
I
in
mean the
there
mission.
now, so I'm guessing that's also a feature of the spear. I mean, we'll not get into Lady Jaye's spear arsenal is pretty out there.
Cube is in place,
I didn't even think of that. That's amazing.
Magnificent.
They're completely
Destro's still
dry
at
too.
it.
Like her hair is
Yeah.
still
We might
like
have a shot at
It's
it.
got a blow dryer in there also.
it's very fancy.
So Shipwreck and Snake Eyes are on the lam in I still don't remember, Enterprise City, I think is what it's called, and they're in like the slums basically. Everybody here is presumed to be a Cobra agent or at least lives in a Cobra occupied area.
I'm not exactly loving
They've
this either.
lost their
big
disguises
ship,
also in favor
but
of
we
their
don't have a lot of options.
very unique military outfits.
That looks like a nice place to get something to eat, like maybe a broken leg of lamb. Nice quiet place. What do you mean reservation? This ain't no hotel.
Okay, forget that. But I ain't seen nobody with no parrot, no dog.
What parrot? What dog?
I think that looks like $1,
Yeah, well, I don't see no bird no more.
which kind of lines
But I
up with how
still
what
see
you
a
would expect
dog.
Shipwreck to be a cheap.
Funny, that little doggy just disappeared.
I like that he's the
Take
first
any
person
table
that
you
is like,
want.
oh yeah, this dog and
Thanks,
parrot
chump.
don't belong.
Yeah. Haven't you heard they're Destro's pets?
The Snake Cafe is proud to present.
Okay, so he calls it the Snake Cafe, but actually, if you scroll back to when they're walking into the club, it's actually called the Snake Club. So,
They're like, the kids can't read. They won't get it.
I know it's another example of them putting something down and the dialogue not matching up with it. Same thing happened when they found that note from Cobra Commander in the shuttle. I don't really understand how that happens.
Those are some serious dance moves.
Oh, if you want to see some serious dance moves, just wait, baby.
Oh gosh.
Those guys all look like they were eating like Lunchables. It just looked like crackers and like slices of meat.
They're fancy. It's a fancy cafe. Is that Cyndi Lauper?
I mean, basically, yes.
Changed my life one rainy day.
Timber's like, wow, this is good.
Shipwreck's in love.
Shipwreck's making the like wolf face from the old
romance
Tex
from
Avery
me.
cartoons.
You're barking up the wrong tree. 'Cause
Split up.
Destro has the first call on my life.
Don't interrupt her though. 'Cause she's
Look at this
killing it.
guy. Sorry, we're familiar with old Scarface here. This guy in the gray that's beside him is. I'm interested in what's going on with him. Besides the fact that his facial hair is real strange.
He's just a literal Nazi officer. Is what he looks like. He's got that gray.
Scarface is making every effort to be in disguise. He's got trench coat, hat, glasses. He's walking around with literal Cobra troops and this Nazi-looking dude. He's like, hey, I don't know if you heard, but they just canonized Hitler event. It happened in this G.I. Joe universe. We're good to go. An interesting character that they always make the weirdest.
Is this guy in the yellow pants? Does he have no head? Like, did they just not animate him a head?
It's impossible for me to focus on that because I'm looking at this bald guy with the shades in the middle right-hand corner. I'm like, I would party with that guy. Oh, there's his head.
Oh no, there's his head. Okay.
Maybe he was just
getting
missing
out.
for a frame. That Polly animation. He's like super in love with her. A weird edit there.
He said wait until after the song.
They're coming for you.
She's like, that's it. They put it on loop.
Stick close to me.
She's like, you go get them no matter what. Whoa. Don't interrupt the show, fellas. Sorry.
The music won't play forever, and when it's finished, so are they.
This is no time to be shy, Snake. Move those feet.
I love this. Ooh! Oh! Hot dang!
Look at Jimmer dancing.
Unbelievable. Go, baby, go.
Oh. Get it, Timber.
Some of the best animation in the whole series right there. The person that was in charge of that was like, breakdancing. Oh my god. I've been waiting on this my whole life.
I assigned the placement of the first control cube to you, Destro, because I expected you to be quick about it. But all
I wish we'd got some kind of base that was reminiscent of the way Cobra players look in the cartoon. We didn't get anything even remotely close to it.
behind you.
Here's some loose ends to tie you up.
They have a full-size TV on the battlefield. That's a Simpsons era television from the family room. No televipers. This is why they made televipers, I guess. That TV doesn't have an antenna. How is it getting power? Where is the signal coming from? Like, I got so many questions. Maybe when the Joes wrap up this net and bring it home, we'll figure it out. That's something that I have never noticed before.
This mine should do the trick.
Good thing these military guys don't have like a knife. That
Too
would
bad they
suck.
can't. Too bad when they shoot missiles out of their jets, they all go in the water. If I shot a dozen missiles off Sky Strikers and every one of them went into the mud lava, I'd be like, you guys are all out of here. You're supposed to be the best of the best, and you cannot hit a gigantic cube.
You must forgive me for being an ungracious host, but the control cube will entertain you in my absence. Cobra!
Not even a plug. Not even a cable.
All right, here comes the cavalry.
They can't hit nothing though.
So, the control cube, we don't know. I don't know if it's manned. I don't know if you can get inside it, and I don't think we ever find out, honestly. But so yeah, there's two options. It's either so advanced that it was able to free Destro, was able to capture the G.I. Joes and tell the difference between them two, then also is qualified to open fire on the entire G.I. Joe team with, I mean, at least as good of accuracy as a Cobra officer, the stormtrooper of the 80s animated world. Probably not going to hit anybody anyway, but I'm fascinated with like how the cube can do basically anything it wants to do, it seems like.
Gosh, these
Wow,
skyscrapers suck.
Yeah, we're losing billions on this. Still dancing.
Your friends are fighting in a literal war.
One more time.
He's like, oh wait, the music started. Stop again.
It's like red light, green light.
After them!
Hey, I can't see nothing. I can't see nothing.
There! Up there!
His scar's gone.
Love these. What the you don't get to see them up close until just here, but the women are obviously have snake themed outfits for the snake club. It looks kind of like, I thought from a distance it was like an Egyptian thing, but it's actually like a almost like a serpentor with a little. I think that's great. I love
Get
that
fresh
detail.
with me, you bum.
Cover the exits and the basement. They must be here somewhere.
Bark! All the world's a stage. William Shakespeare. What? Cannon.
You think Polly read that?
Delgado.
Over there!
I think the Polly is just loud, like they're not trying to sneak around.
Yeah. Wow, really convenient secret entrance. I guess at a place called the Snake
Now
Club,
comes
it's
the
to be
hard
expected.
You're gonna have to trust me.
Well, you sang me a song, so it's really all it takes.
You kicked a Nazi in the face with us. We're all
right, so here's the actual City of the Dead, which was the name of the last episode we saw a very, very little about. But we know that Tomax and Zaymot are delivering this cube to its final placement point. And we also know, if I'm remembering correctly, that Airtight, Footloose, and Roadblock are on their way to stop them. Not Lady Jaye, because she's a girl. She is not allowed. I think the consensus is that's why they did. That's why Roadblock got chosen.
Behold, the ancient guardians of the City of the Dead. We must not awaken them from their eternal slumber. We'll let the Joes do that for us.
G.I. Joe? But they're ignorant of our movements.
Not anymore. They're right behind us. So take cover and await developments.
Yeah, hide that gigantic cube before they find out.
And here we go. This place looks weird, and that's a fact. What are you getting there, Tank?
Radioactive and metallic interference from mineral deposits make it impossible to tell if Cobra's already here or on the way.
So, we talked in
What
the
are
last
his goggles?
We talked a little bit in the last episode about why these guys were on a mission together, because Airtight and Footloose especially had a unique like kind of buddy cop system. But this is like maybe one of the only examples why Airtight would have been included was that little mineral tracing deal, because that's his whole MO is like chemical or chemical what's it called? Chemical warfare? I'm thinking of something else. Anyway,
sure.
I do feel like sometimes they had to squeeze like everybody's like what their specialty was into everything because they just needed 3 Joes, and I think that's why Airtight got kind of like he goes on a lot of missions he's really not qualified for or needed at, but that's just how the team would round up sometimes.
Well, we can't
He's just a good time.
He's a great character. I mean, the personality in this cartoon is just about the only thing we've got to go on, because he really was not used in the comic hardly at all. Hard to believe that they stepped on that booby trap with that gigantic cube rolling over it.
When they have destroyed G.I. Joe for us,
We shall plant our cube
and be gone.
So, another piece of the cube is being set up in, I don't know,
G.I. Joe will
Snowville.
return after these.
Snow City. And we know that Major Blood is in charge of that operation, and we also know that Alpine, Bazooka, a couple other Joes have been sent to stop that one. I really enjoy how we've got multiple pieces of things falling into place all at once. I really enjoy G.I. Joe stories that are like happening in different elements all at the same time and are all part of a bigger puzzle.
255.7 vertical mark.
Those things have some long arms.
What do you think happens if that's got to be placed like somewhere that's not perfectly level? Why didn't we make the Spear of Darkness? Oh man. We got some vehicles. There's the Tossing Cross Bridge Layer. There's the Snowcat.
Look, up there, one of the
like
Cobra
a Mauler?
cubes. But how are we gonna
Yes,
get up there
Mauler.
before Major
Bazooka
Blood rains
is
down on
wearing
our
his like
parade?
winter outfit here, which we
Strategy.
didn't get a figure of
Now
until
you're
Super
talking
7 put one out
bazooka.
recently.
I may even quote
So
you
they're
in
just
my
wearing it.
memoirs.
It's weird that he's bundled up, but like later on we're going to see a guy in bare feet. So
Let's send the guys up this way.
it's a rare
Then
shot
you
of
and I can
Frostbite,
climb up
who
the
was
flip
not
face
driving that
and
Snowcat for some
take 'em
reason.
from behind.
Snow Serpents?
Joes, the
good. This is a great complete shift of like character roster. Some trouble bubbles. I'm loving all of this.
I love seeing the trouble bubbles now that I have a trouble bubble. Like, it makes me care more about it.
Yeah, man, it's the real figure theory.
Right. Brilliant analysis. Fortunately, I happen to have an equally brilliant solution. Yodel. You got it. The gold and yodel. Yodel, oh yeah. Oh, yodel, oh yeah. Yodel, oh yeah.
I love this.
I mean, very funny. Not even out. I mean, at least based on some mild scientific believability.
Yeah.
Oh, there's just enough space. If only we had something that made a bridge that you could go and buy at your local Kmart now.
If only we had planned for this exact scenario.
Very rare toll booth appearance. I can't imagine why they don't use it much. Hey, you bums! I laid your bridge out for ya.
I love toll booth. Get his little hammer going. I like these green shirts with like the tan jackets on. They're pretty cool.
Now it's up to us. Let's give Major Blood a
Give me like
nasty
World War
surprise.
II vibes. Like,
Yeah, it's rad.
Avante, Adelante, and go, man, go! Fantastic view, eh, Bazooka? Fan.
Alpine's talking about his butt.
Out of my way. Stand back.
So, we made it to the lead singer's room. I think her name is
Satin.
Satin. I'm pretty sure that there's supposed to be an eye in there. At least the star has 5 points on it. Whoa, it's fixed right there. Scarface is like, hey, I just need to. Let me just take care of that real quick for you. All right, now come on, let me. Where are those shows at?
You were dancing with.
How should I know, you maxi jerk? I've got enough problems entertaining this sleazebag audience without having to answer a bunch of stupid questions from the likes of you.
But we think those men are agents of G.I. Joe.
Then go catch 'em, you klutz. Now get out of here, or I'll report you to my biggest fan. He buys all my records.
1,000 apologies, Miss Satin. Please say hello to the Cobra commander next time he's in to see the show. Tell him Colonel Slash sends his regards.
Get out, slush.
Colonel Slash. I've been calling him Scarface. Sorry.
Colonel Slash. I like that.
Colonel Slash. And so, but first of all, let's talk about some other art that's happening in this room. What do you think, Andy Ann? No graphic at all.
Andy
just a
nothing.
Just a real minimalist approach to this band poster. The other poster on this wall just says heavy. I'm like,
I like
what is
that
this?
portrait or whatever looks like almost like a weird, like abstract Major Blood.
Second thing I want to talk about is how many 8x10 glossies do you think Cobra Commander's putting out of mug shots, and for what purpose exactly? Do you think he's set up at like Fanboy Expo Comic Con and they're like, oh yes, did you bring your own item for? Oh, a live snake. Okay, Cobra Commander, best wishes. It just seems funny that they have like, I mean, what else would you use those for? It's like promotional art. They're just like, here's what your commander looks like. This today. This is if he updates his outfit to the battle armor, we'll break all new flyers and ship them out so you guys know who to be the most scared of here in Enterprise City.
You see this guy, it doesn't matter if he has a hood,
right,
battle armor, a visor, just don't mess with it.
There are many variations of the commander. Please keep these glossies on you at all
guys can
times.
come out now.
There's no biz like showbiz.
Now all we gotta do is get you out of here before they get suspicious and come back.
Look, I don't want to seem ungrateful, but why are you so good to us? And don't tell me we remind you of your family.
Let's just say I have a soft spot in my head for weirdos. Hold on a sec. Here, get into
Well,
these
we definitely fit that
And no
criteria.
arguments.
You heard the lady, Snake Eyes. Here, you take the dress.
Oh, dear. He's not going to remove the helmet, so it's going to be
No,
really
of
fun to
course
watch.
not.
all these lasers and nobody getting in.
Yep. They're really going at it, though. At any minute. Somebody could definitely get shot at any minute.
Careful where you plant your
It's a plot armor to the extreme. You can't shoot anybody because then people won't want their toys.
That's right. If you blow up their planes, they have to eject so they know they didn't die.
Yeah, they can keep playing with them. Mustache first.
What? Up there! More Joes!
We gotta go for it
Only
now.
2, and they're obviously very clumsy. So in this instance, they can't shoot them so poorly, they actually cause another avalanche because they've shot the surroundings so much.
No!
G.I. Joe will return after these messages. Now, back to G.I. Joe.
Back to the City of the Dead. We've got supernatural. I can only
I don't
assume.
want to seem primitive or
Supernatural elements
superstitious,
activated. All these
but I
statues
have
just
this
come to life.
disturbing feeling.
Yeah, tell me, dude. Like, it's like when you're surfing and you just know this killer wave is sneaking up behind you, ready to wipe you out.
You guys are getting on my nerves with all that.
I love that they are literally right behind them, and they have the world's foremost military force can't hear gigantic rock dudes. It's funny.
Beer talk.
Whoa!
Let's lay these ceramic suckers out.
Their swords look very dull. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. They're not robots, obviously. So again, some kind of weird supernatural.
Now that the Joes
element.
are preoccupied,
we are free to position our control.
Breaking right apart.
Without interference.
Good thing this temple is gigantic, just big enough to clear the cube.
Coordinates 975.6 vertical mark.
Oh, it's a Jedi.
Say much. T-Rex.
It is. Where are the children that Anakin killed?
We don't get to be masters either.
Yeah, these guys are way creepier than the other guys.
Yeah.
We're in big trouble.
What'll we do?
Are you?
Yeah,
though?
like
you
what?
have like automatic weapons.
Yeah, you
and
seem
they're
like you're
very
doing. I mean,
slow.
I know there's hundreds of them, but it seems like you're doing okay.
That's a heck of a throw.
Yeah.
Backhanded.
Now
to the
we got
ceiling.
double trouble.
Look out for the-
Well, we're just gonna have to take them one at a time.
I love the this third element where they're like us versus us versus us versus us. I always think that that's a lot of fun. It's just so chaotic.
It's
Oh,
a
that's
good strike.
That's a heck of a throw.
Activate the control cube before it's too late. Right. I'll handle this buffoon.
Will you though?
Hey, check that out. Each twin feels what happens
They
to
drive
the
this
other.
point home a lot because they really want you to remember it. But you have to remember this is also this is only like the second or third time we've seen Tomax and Demon at all.
Have one of us, but you have lost.
Joke's on you, I love being choked.
He's energized the cube.
Alright, so we got cube activation.
What's going on, Dusty? This place is vibrating like a $50
Oh yeah, I forgot about these guys.
And they...
This place is shaking like a $50 milkshake. What does that mean?
A $50 milkshake?
Wouldn't it be the exact opposite? Wouldn't a $50 milkshake like, I want you to make this flawlessly with no noise or interference from the outside world? I'd be like, it's shaking like a hay penny milkshake or something. But I don't there's a lot of weird colloquialisms that I'm like, I can't trace that phrase back to have ever been used anywhere. It's just like when they're writing them, they pull the stuff out of the ether. I'm gonna start using that in my everyday conversation.
So roughly a $50 milkshake in the 80s, about $150 milkshake nowadays. That's a fancy milkshake.
I'm going to start using that phrase. What do you mean it costs an extra $1 to upgrade to bacon pub fries Wendy's? That's like a $50 milkshake.
Like it, so it
That's just
can't
part of your
be
vernacular
good.
now.
Savor this moment, Duke. It marks the beginning of your end.
It's completing the cube
Energy.
energy circuit.
That's a pretty cool effect.
Yeah.
Like energy being replaced with the darkness.
Beam of darkness. Get back!
I shall return for you, brother Tomax. Have no fear! Form a unit to baby
Try not to get punched anymore.
I'm afraid he's all that we got left to trade.
So if you break one of their legs, does the other one, like, is it a persistent feeling? Like,
great question. And probably not something we have time to fully explore today, but it does beg the question. If Tomax and Zaymot have a fight, do they beat themselves up? or do they intentionally, are they like, Tomax is like, oh, he thinks he's going to take control of the series. Joke's on you, bro. I just joined Jackass. See you on tour, sucker. And I mean, yes, we don't know. I don't know if they don't explain it. If Tomax gets hit and Zaymot feels it, does Tomax get the bruise? Does Zamox get the bruise? Yes. If one of them gets a broken leg, do they feel nothing? And the other one is just like, oh, well, my leg works, but it hurts like you would not believe. Or do they both feel it? I guess that's the most likely scenario is A gets punched. He's like, ow, that hurts. B's like, oh, ow, that does hurt. You're right, actually. As opposed to,
I like the idea that if A gets punched, B feels it, and A is just fine. So they get in a fight and they're like, I'm mad at you, and just deck themselves in the face.
It's eventually just like the knight from Monty Python, where he's just like, oh, well, there's nothing left of me, but the joke, you know what? I actually felt great today. Tomax one is like, I've had so much to drink. Zaymot, will you please just take an ibuprofen for me, please? All right, we'll come back to that when we have more free time.
There must be a way to escape. We've
Got
got
a spear for that, Lady Jaye?
Huh? The cube's going crazy.
I guess the cube can't fight and activate simultaneously. But so here's our second cube being activated.
Everybody, get back!
Alright, here we are in the Arctic. Cube number 3.
Hold them off. They've made so much progress.
Yeah. We've been going uphill for half an hour.
They haven't shot any of us, and we haven't shot any of them.
How close exactly are we going to have to get before something connects?
Man, now I know how frozen pizza feels. Hoo-wee. Hey, you
I
hear me,
love
Bazooka?
Alpine's outfit. Like, I think he's got one of the coolest
Barely. Well, stop
looks
playing
to him.
groundhog,
He's got a great
buddy.
design.
We have a mission to complete. Ouch. What's the matter, good buddy? Leg hurts. When you stand or when you move? Both. Well, then you'll just have to use the Alpine taxi service. Come on,
What a
get on
baller.
my back.
What a bro.
Yeah, he's always got his back. Oh.
So our enemies survived the avalanche. We must now ensure an end to their good fortune.
As you command, Storm Shadow.
Oh, Cobra insignia on Storm Shadow's outfit there.
Yeah.
Looks like we got off course. The cube and our guys must be back the other way.
The elements shall see to your destiny, G.I. Joe. The cold and the icy sea will be far kinder to you than Cobra.
I don't use a gun, so I'm really just overseeing this part of it.
Waves hit us, we'll be flash frozen before you can set TV dinner. Uh-oh, leopard seals.
If only we had weapons.
If you're gonna get talky on me, I wish you'd
It's
find
not cool to
something
kill a
good
leopard
to
seal.
report. Oh no, my weapon froze.
I guess
they,
hitting
like,
them,
club the seals.
hitting them will be okay,
Let's make a
though.
sincere
Yeah.
attempt not to be these
I'm pretty sure,
critters'
like,
main
clubbing seals
course.
was, like, a big, like, thing for a while. Like, not clubbing
Yeah.
seals.
G.I. Joe will return.
Like, well, let's not humanely just, like, let's not end their suffering.
In
Let's
our
just
next
beat them
episode,
to a
Zayman
pulp.
experiences
Oh, it
the
looks like we'll have
fate of
another
his
chance to
brother
discuss
Tomax,
Tomax and
enabling him to
Zaymot.
locate the USS Flag
as
and
they
mount a
heck
dangerous
yeah.
rescue operation. and Satin once again proves her worth to Snake Eyes.
Dear
Shipwreck
Lord.
in a daring escape.
I hate that they ruined that for you because it's such a great moment.
Lady Jaye and plant the fourth and final control cube.
Oh well, another great spoiler. I guess that cube's gonna get activated. If you guys missed it, come back for episode 5 because we just told you what's up.
Just go ahead and skip episode 4. I mean, sheesh.
It's weird that, I don't know why, but at some point when this made the move to DVD from just regular broadcast, they removed the now you know annoyance half the battle parts at the end, the like little fun facts. And I can only assume that's because they repeated them so much. They didn't make, 65 of them for the first season. They probably only made 15, 20 tops, and they'd replay them. So I guess they thought that would be not the right move. So in the spirit of that, Jaren, I thought we would watch a PSA at the end of these until we've seen them all. I have 35 total listed. They typically run about 30 seconds, so it's not a big deal at all. Can you still see my screen?
I can. And
all right,
boy, am I excited.
This is the first one. It's called Shipwreck. Running away isn't the answer. I don't know why this one doesn't ring a bell.
I'm running away from home. My parents are mean. Where'll you go? I'm not sure, but I'll
Similar
show
where
'em.
pink hats are
That's right.
accepted.
You'll show them how mean you can be.
Shipwreck!
Isn't it better to try to solve problems instead of running away from
Nope.
them?
I could try talking to my parents again.
Yeah, tell them how you feel. And remember, running away.
Leads nowhere. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle.
Running away leads nowhere. Or if you're a big fan of the circus, you could probably get a pretty good job there. Shipwreck's outfit in that is real cool. He's got like a peacock,
Yeah, he's got like a
outfit
peacock.
on going. Yeah, you don't see that anywhere. Dude, this is weird, but I don't remember that PSA. There are a series of these that are well known. I've talked about them before. They're called Finsler films, where he took these and he redubbed over them, and they were a very early viral internet joke that was a huge deal. And then
That's what they did the Super 7, right? Didn't they do figures for that?
yes, and then Hasbro put a cease and desist. This has been a very, very, very long time ago. And so they just vanished basically. You can find them easier now as Hasbro has loosened the reins on what they're allowed to put on YouTube. Obviously, if we're watching an episode here on it now,
They allow us to do stuff.
but for a while there was locked down. Anyway, those were the ones that I had watched over and over and over again. So when I see one that didn't get that treatment, and again there are not many of them, I'm actually legitimately surprised. Pretty rad.
I love that.
All right, so that's gonna do it for us, Jaren. We're past the halfway point of the Pyramid of Darkness now. Things are heating up, and we're getting ready to get into the final act. Do you have any final thoughts as we continue our journey through the G.I. Joe animated universe?
I mean, the big thing is that things are heating up like hot mud. That's definitely not lava at any point.
Hot mud.
I agree with you. I like when they do like the three Joes doing this thing, and like they have their job, and then like jumping and seeing like all these different things. I mean, it's just fun to get like more people involved, and then also sell more toys. Like it's pretty simple. The more people you show in an episode, the more amount of toys you show off. So. But no, I like it, and it's fun. This is so much fun. Like, I love that it's not. I'm glad that it was never too serious, So like, give me the neon crazy Joes, because if this is the cartoon that we're seeing, like, give me the weird ones.
Yeah, you're in luck. As somebody that leans into the more, I would describe it as the cartoon aspects of it. I think the cartoon probably has a real special treat for you because it just is about as absurd as it gets. All right, so we'll continue this journey until we finish it. Things are really starting to heat up once all these cubes get going out. And, it's not as cut and dry as the cartoon kind of makes it look like. Cube, done. But, yeah, well, I'm interested to see where we get to next. We'll be back in 2 short weeks with probably news and acquisitions. Maybe another episode of this. It'll just depend on what happens between now and then. You can reach out to us on our social media. That's Anything Joe's Pod, either Instagram for Jaren or Twitter/X for me. And also, obviously, our YouTube channel is here at Anything Joe's. Our Facebook group is Anything Joe's. And our email, anythingjoespod@gmail.com or anythingjoespodcast@gmail.com. You can write us and tell us anything you want. If you've got thoughts on this episode or this series in general, You haven't seen them before. You've watched them a million times. You caught something that we missed. We'd love to hear it. You can leave us a comment here, email us, hit us on our socials, you name it. And that's it. We look forward to talking to you again in just 2 short weeks, where anything's available for discussion here on Anything Joe's.